Hi, I'm Tricia, an organic gardener, and I'm here with Ritchie from Malibu Compost, which we proudly carry at Peaceful Valley.
Thank you.
I hear you just did a fabulous talk on organic roses, growing organic roses. Tell me about that. Why are you such an expert?
Well, it really came out of, I wouldn't call myself such an expert, but what I met a person who's gotten into organic gardening, organic farming, and what happened was we started to see how the compost and the teas that we utilize can work in mitigating fungal diseases and stuff in roses, and also really create with the compost a really healthy nutrient base for the roses to pull from, and a nice bacterial microbial population, which the roses happen to love.
It's all in the soil, huh?
It's all in the soil. Soil. I keep hearing that from everybody around here, and it's like, yes, 4 years ago when we first came to the Flower and Garden Show, I was not hearing so much soil talk. And I even asked these guys in the talk, I went, all right, everybody be honest, how many people care more about your plants than your soil? 98% of the room, you know, the hands creeped up, and I was like, okay, well, that's going to change. I did have like 3 people that cared more about the soil.
Yeah. So I heard that you were instrumental in fixing up the Morecambe garden, the rose garden?
Yes. Tora Rocha, who's a very good friend of mine, runs the Morecambe Rose Garden, and
where is
it's
that?
in the city of Oakland.
Okay.
And for anybody that hasn't been there, it's an amazing garden. It's about 8 acres, 5,000 roses. And what happened was Tora used to run that garden, and they used to do it organically. Then the city took it back over, a different part of the city, different group, and then she was running Lake Merritt, doing a wonderful job, and they gave her that garden back. When we looked at it last May, it was full of black spot, it was full of powdery mildew, it was full of rust, and really hardly any bloom, really happening.
What a shame.
Yeah, so we talked and we looked at it and went, okay, what can we do here? What we decided to do was do a tea brew in June, a big brew and a tea spray. We did a composting in July of every single rose with Malibu Compost, and then we came back August 1st and did another big tea spray with our compost tea spray. And September 1, the garden looked unreal.
Wow.
It was just beautiful.
How can that kind of, it sounds like, well, I have roses, I used to have more roses, but I have a lot of vegetables too. Is there any correlation there between how your roses are performing and how maybe some vegetable crops would perform?
That is a great question, and absolutely. We take care of our roses a lot like we take care of our tomatoes. So, and it just so happens that tomatoes like a more bacterially dominant microbial population in the soil as well. So, roses. Right now, what we've been doing is we've been teaching everybody about spraying the roses with the compost tea. Perfect time to do that at leaf out. You get the bacteria on the leaf structure, the plant absorbs the nutrients and the minerals as a feeding, but you also get a first line of defense. Same thing with tomatoes. When you're about 4 weeks in and planting tomatoes, foliar feed them. And the basic thing you want to do with them, and I'm not going to throw the backpack on, but literally you're going to get in under, and get them underneath the leaf structure. And just hit them all up. And you can always do that and never worry about getting a good compost tea that's finished like our compost tea on the blooms, because it's balanced. It's not going to burn anything or hurt anything. We have a germination ratio that's 98%.
Great.
Works great on the tomatoes, works great on the citrus, the avocados. If you're going to feed your veggies, 4 weeks in, boom, hit it with your watering can. Whoops. Just give it a drench.
Awesome.
And you're good.
So, what's in the future?
We've got our potting soil that just came out, and we're launching it, premiering it here at the show. We've been growing food in that for the last couple of years organically for some restaurants, some big corporations I can't name. And we also are doing it's Baby Boo biodynamic compost, and it comes in a nice baby blue bag. It's beautiful. It works great. It's 30% of our compost, a nice wash core. It's got pumice in there. It's got crab and fish meal from the North Coast. It's got lava rock, and it's got all the biodynamic preparations that are in our compost in it. It performs beautifully.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm very interested in the biodynamic concept of that, and we should get together and talk about that a little bit more someday soon.
I'm coming up to Grass Valley, Nevada City soon.
Come to Peaceful Valley Farm.
I am coming to Peaceful Valley Farm. It's a destination spot. It's great. I love that place.
Malibu Compost, Peaceful Valley, go organic for life.